28 August 2020. And today I want to give you a quick update on a topic that I started last week. And this is to do with the Gukurahundi processes that have been started by Mnangagwa. As I said, Mnangagwa has made a big breakthrough with the group called Matabeleland Collective. And I just want to give you an update on what is happening now and what is going to be happening in the future. So there is a lady called Jenni Williams, and she is the chairperson of Matabeleland Collective, and she talked to Ezra Sibanda sometime this week. I think it was yesterday, and she gave some information. Specifically, she said Matabeleland Collective is now going into the communities starting this week, and they'll be engaging with the communities to see how they'll proceed. And then within the next few weeks, Mnangagwa, the chiefs, Matabeleland Collective, and other interested parties are going to come together, and they are going to have a big discussion. I don't know where they're going to sit, where they're going to discuss, and they're going to map a way forward. So let me summarize that discussion that Jenni Williams had with Ezra Sibanda. I know most of you can only watch these things on WhatsApp, so I'm going to put it on our WhatsApp group so that we can share it with all other people that are interested who are from Matabeleland. So firstly, she said Matabeleland Collective is a grouping of churches and civic organizations. Number two, on 2 December 2017, Matabeleland Collective held a people's convention. And number three, a new approach was set up for Matabeleland called equalization. Number four, the People's Convention asked the Matabeleland Collective to approach Mnangagwa. So it's not Mnangagwa who went to them, it's the People's Convention that says, let's go to Mnangagwa, approach Mnangagwa. And the purpose of approaching Mnangagwa, number five, was to unlock development and to end the new Gukurahundi. Number six, the Matabeleland Collective created a compendium document at that time, and a meeting with Mnangagwa was finally granted after 2 years. So you remember that last year in 2019, that's when they had their first meetings. And then Jenni Williams explained that Zimbabwe do not have a Rwanda-style genocide. Number nine, Zimbabwe had a Zimbabwe-style genocide. So what is a Zimbabwe-style genocide? In Rwanda, one tribe was killing another tribe. In Zimbabwe, the government ordered soldiers and took them to a place to kill people. So that is the difference. Right, the actions. So from all this, last year after they met Mnangagwa, on 9 April 2019, the government of Zimbabwe presented what is called an implementation matrix. And then let's quickly go on to the next steps. Right. This week, Matabeleland Collective is going into communities. In the next few weeks, there will be a gathering of chiefs, civic organizations, and churches, which will probably be addressed by Mnangagwa. And Jenni Williams says other groups should come. They should not sit outside this process because they need to be heard. Then, in future, as part of these discussions, there is going to be a need to discuss compensation and reparations. Then, now let's go to what Mnangagwa is supposed to do. There are two things. Matabeleland Collective is pushing for Mnangagwa to acknowledge that Gukurahundi was a government order to soldiers to go into Matabeleland and kill people. Then as time goes on, there needs to be an apology. But an apology is a separate process altogether. Mnangagwa had told Materialcom Collective that people should engage with care because this is a very sensitive topic. Then we then go to other issues that were raised. Locals should benefit from employment in local mines. They should get reserved areas in parks to build chalets. They should be allocated land because people from outside the region are getting land. People from outside the region are being allocated chalets where they are building and benefiting from local resources. And the local people are not educated because of Gukurahundi. So when they go to interviews, they find out that the person that is interviewing them is not a person from the region, and it makes them lose out. So these are the kind of things that need to be discussed. Now let's go to the issue of documents. So documents is what is called low-hanging fruit, according to Jenni Williams. You cannot stop doing documents just because you want to solve a bigger issue. So there are people with wrong surnames on their birth certificate. There are people who are missing, who are still recorded as missing. They're not declared dead. There's wrong cause of death. So Jenni Williams says there's something called Crossfire. So people who were killed during Gukurahundi, on their death certificates, some of them are written Crossfire, and they're saying this need to be addressed. Then a very important issue which came up during this discussion is the issue of avenging spirits which are affecting the perpetrators. So people who killed people in Matabeleland, some of them have got evil spirits which are affecting them, and the government, is their responsibility to make sure this is also addressed. So this issue is not only about the victims, because when you're a soldier and you're ordered to go and kill someone, it's not your choice. You cannot say yes or no. So the people who are actually killing are also victims. Right, let's go to other issues. There is too much infighting among Matabeleland groups. This issue came up because of the sensitivity of the issue and because of what has happened in the past. People don't even work together, and this needs to be sorted out. There is also fear in communities. They are afraid of talking. They want to know who is in the group when they're talking. They can't trust the process. So this needs to be sorted out. Then when it comes to funding, Materialcom Collective is not being funded by government, and they don't want to be funded by someone who's going to come with conditions. So they're looking for money, because when they go and address a community, let's say there are 500 people from the community, those people need to eat, and there's expenses that are required. So there's money that is required. Materialcom Collective is currently looking for those funds. Now let's conclude, and I want to quickly conclude here. Matabeleland Collective does not want to dictate the full approach of how Gukurahundi should be dealt with, because if they do that, there will be no healing. So what they're saying is, what you are seeing now is not the conclusion. It's just the beginning. They've kick-started the process. They're inviting everyone to come so that they can become part of this process. People should not say Jenni Williams sold out to ZANU-PF. She is helping, and she wants you to come. If you're having your own group, go there and listen and talk, and do not stay out of the process. Right, then after the low-hanging fruit, which I talked about, exhumations and reburials and documents, there will be another process that is envisaged that is going to be led by the chiefs, traditional chiefs. And traditional chiefs are always going to be there in this process. They are supposed to go there through the Ministry of Local Government. So when they come there, they're invited through the Ministry of Local Government. They're not invited by Mnangagwa. They're invited through their ministry. Then issues to do with justice. This has to be victim-led. So this is what Jenni Williams said. This is going to be victim-led. It's not going to be led by Matabeleland Collective. So once this stage is finished, Matabeleland Collective is going to step back, and other people will have to lead this process. Probably the National Peace and Reconciliation Commission will have to sit down with the chiefs and come up with the process. So this is the summary. My brother Ezra Sibanda did a very good job. I like the way he talked to Jenni Williams and the other panelists. And unfortunately, I have to rush because our WhatsApp file has to be quite small. But this is exactly the summary of what they discussed. And I'm asking you, if you're able to go on the internet, go onto Ezra Sibanda YouTube channel and watch this full video. It's 1 hour and 9 minutes. And everything that I've said here is covered in that 1 hour and 9 minutes. Thank you very much for watching. If you're watching this on WhatsApp, send it to as many people as possible. If you're watching this on YouTube and Facebook, please like, comment, and share.